Hi guys, good morning. Myself Mrs. Bijal Anand Rathore, and today we are going to start with FIBMS Semester 1 subject, that is Introduction to Financial Accounting. That we are going to see capital. Very important and very much required for the business. Capital means the funds, the money which is brought in by the owner to start the business, that is capital. Without capital, you cannot run your business. You have a land area, you have a factory building, but if you don't have a capital, not something from your side, you cannot run the business. So it is a basic requirement for the business. Then we are also going to learn the drawings. Drawing means the personal withdrawal by the owner for his personal use. If he is withdrawing from business some cash or some goods or some services for his personal use, not for the purpose of business, but for his personal use, then it is called as a drawings. After that, we are going to learn what is debtor. Debtor means my customers, to whom I am selling my goods on a credit basis. On the other hand, vice versa, creditor means from whom I am purchasing goods on a credit basis, that becomes my creditor. Next, we are going to learn very important. Now, all this business transaction, all these assets, liabilities, income, expenses are going to be recorded for entire 1 year. And that 1 year is called as an accounting year. Now, when I say 1 year or when I say accounting year, definitely it is a days of 365 days. But it does not start from January 1 to 31st December. But it starts from 1st of April and ends on 31st of March every year. So, what is my accounting year? A period of 12 months which starts from 1st of April to 31st of March. So we do record a business transaction from April to March and not from January to December. So that 1st April to 31st of March of every year is called my accounting year, for which I am maintaining my books of accounts. For the period I am earning my profit, my balance sheet position will be shown on a particular accounting year. That's it. So these are the basic terminologies which we have learned in chapter number 1. Further go in detail and we'll move further, that is known as introduction about, or you can say some guidelines about accounting principles. Now, whatever the business you are learning or whatever the business you are running, definitely when you are running something business or an organization or a school or whatever, you have to follow some rules, some regulations, some guidelines. Understood? So whatever that means, that is covered in accounting principle. So it means you are writing a books of accounts. So for writing those accounts, you have to follow certain rules, regulation and guidelines which are prescribed by the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI, and that is called as an accounting principles. So in short, we can say these are the ideas, or you can say rules, regulation, guidelines provided by ICAI to how to record your business transaction, how to record a particular income or an expense or an asset or a liability. So when you want to record something, you have to follow certain rules, regulation that is covered under accounting principles. Understood? Now it shows how income, expense, assets, liabilities, long-term liability, short-term liability, contingent liability will be recorded in your books of accounts. Now here again, we have to learn basic concepts of accounting. That is, you are also come to know basic principles. Now the main first we'll start with a business entity. An owner of a business starts its business, say a sole proprietary business. Now here the owner is considered as a different person and the sole proprietor is considered as a different proprietor. The business which he has started, that is a business. So business entity is different from the owner. So owner is an individual and business entity is considered as a separate business unit for the income tax purpose. That is called as a business entity. Next we are going to learn is a money measurement. Now the transactions which are recorded in our books of accounts, they have certain financial value. They have value which you can record, which you can measure in terms of money. If they don't have a money measurement, if they don't have any financial value, you are not going to record it. So those transactions which has a value in terms of money, that is only recorded. That is called as a money measurement concept. Next concept we are going to learn is cost. Whatever the assets you are purchasing, that will be recorded at a book cost, at a purchase price, acquisition cost, you can say. Next is very important, conservatism principle. Now what this principle says to us? It says provide for all losses and expenses, but record your income and gain only when genuinely it is earned. If you are expecting some income, don't record it unless and until you have genuinely earned it. But you provide for all losses and expenses so that it will show correct picture of your business, correct picture of your profit and loss account. That is a principle of conservatism. Next one is accrual. Accrual means what? It means it records all the credit transactions which are accrued, which are prepaid, which are advanced, which are, you can say, outstanding, or you can say accrued expenses, debtors and creditors, where the transaction has not happened immediately in cash, but you receive in future. That is the concept of accrual. After that, accounting deals on the basic principle of dual aspect. That means what? Every debit has a corresponding equal amount of credit. If you are recording a transaction, then one account will be debited, the one account will be credited. In no transaction anywhere you can find only debit effect is given or either only credit effect is given, then that is incomplete record. Each transaction has a two effect or a two sides, one is debit and the other one is credit. That is a dual aspect. Next we are going to learn is a disclosure. Disclosure means to disclose, to show, nothing to hide. That is the meaning of disclosure. It discloses financial position of the business in a balance sheet, financial performance in profit and loss account, whatever assets you are owing, whatever the liabilities you have to pay, how much profit you have earned, how much loss you have suffered, how much income you have, how much expenses you have, all disclosure. That comes from disclosure concept or a disclosure principle. Next we have a materiality. When I say an item is material, that means if I am not disclosing that item, it means non-disclosure of that item will affect my decision-making power. So if I'm hiding that item, if I'm not disclosing, then my decision will change. If I'm disclosing, again my decision will change. So non-disclosure of a particular item will affect my decision making. So it means materiality concept. Next we have a matching concept. That means all income should match with the expenses of a particular year. It is not like I am recording an income of 2020-21 against which my expenses are of 18-19 years. No. If I am recording an income of the year 2021, then against that my expenses should also be of the same year. That is the principle of matching concept. And the last but not the least, there are three fundamental accounting assumptions. When I say fundamental accounting assumption, that means by hook or crook, without thinking anything, you have to follow those accounting principles. The main three are going concern, consistency and accrual. Now going concern means what? Going concern means whenever anyone starts a business, he or she always assumes that its business is going to run in future for years and years and years and years. Nobody will start with thinking like my business will end within a week or my business will end within a 15 days. No. Everybody sees mera business chalta rahe. So business has neither the intention nor the necessity to close the business. No one has that much intention. Everybody wants to continue their business in future for years and years. That is the principle of going concern. Chalta rahe. Second and the very important fundamental accounting assumption is consistency. Consistency means what? To be consistent in a particular thing means whatever the accounting principles and policies you are following in your business organization, follow the same policy and principles in future also. It's not like in 1 year you are following some particular accounting policy, second year you feel like I don't like that and you jump onto another policy. Don't do that. Follow the same accounting principles, same accounting methods for years and years. If it is required by law to change the policy, then it has to be. But unless and until it is not required, follow the same. So consistency in business is very much important. And the last one is accrual. Accrual means all the income and expenses are recorded as and when they are earned and incurred. Whether you or not you have paid the cash immediately or not. Understood? You may pay cash for some expenses in future. You would have earned your income, but you might receive your income in cash in terms of money within a 1 month or a 2 month. So that is the principle of accrual. Record your all income and expenses as in when they are earned and incurred. Whether or not you have paid cash or received cash immediately, that is another part. So these are the three fundamental accounting assumption: going concern, consistency, and accrual. Understood? Thank you.